Hello love bugs, Dina Jolie here, aka Siren Bella Says. I want to welcome you back to my channel. Today is going to be a get ready with me / trying a few new products that I received, including the JUNO Company Velvet Sponge, which just arrived in the mail, and in addition to a RK Kiss Cosmetics corrector, a very peachy orangey corrector that I use in addition to my Huda Beauty concealer to see if I could conceal some of this darkness I have going on in my wintry eyes. If you'd like to see how I achieve this look, please stick around, grab your makeup bag, grab a tasty beverage, and I will meet you back here in a second. All right, love bugs, I'm going in with my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. This is about my 4th time using it, and I have absolutely no complaints, only accolades. I'm not sure if it actually prolongs the wear of my makeup, but I do think that it makes my face moisturized and soft and supple. And if you were into smelling faces, I think you would very much enjoy the fragrance. Not too overpowering, just enough. Hell to the yeah. Look at that do. All right, next I'm going in with a couple of drops of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I'm going to press that into my forehead, into the perimeter, and bring it on my neck. I'm not really sure if you need both of these. Probably pick one or the other. I am an oily skin type with maturing skin. But yeah. And I did already moisturize under my eyes with one of my under eye creams that I picked up at Marshall's. I will link it down below. All right, moving right along. So I was reading a few articles online about foundation basics, and I read that some people believe that you should go in immediately upon moisturizing and priming because you want your skin to still be kind of moist from the moisturizer. And then others say, oh, you should at least wait 30 minutes. So today we're just gonna dive right on in. As for primer, we're going to use our beloved Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And I am actually going to grab my brand spanking new velvet sponge that arrived in the mail today. I'm so I don't even know why I'm excited. it's just a beautiful sponge. I just ran it under the water for a good minute. It's beautiful and spongy and soft, and I'm just gonna dip it right into the primer and press it right on in to the areas where I need a fighting chance. Go ahead and grab my hammer. And today I'm going to try to work in very thin layers. I tend to go in pretty heavy-handed with my base products out the gate. Now I'm going to see what kind of results we get if we really take our time and build in layers. I'm going to slap on this Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Vanilla. And I'm going to use my CYO Long Lasting Waterproof Foundation in the shade, I believe it's 103. I'm going to use it as a mix-in. And again, that first layer, I'm just going to do 1 pump of the Too Faced, maybe a half pump of the more cool-toned CYO, and I'm going to grab this brush that came in, I think it was I don't know if it was in my BoxyCharm or in my Ipsy, but it's this $1 billion brushes foundation brush. I'm just going to use this to actually paint it on my face, and then I'm going to go in with the sponge to blend it in.
I'm truly sorry, Doctor. Get on there. Will you leave me alone? What happens to Joe? Come alone, and you can exchange places. Don't come with me. You trust Joe. I mean, talk to you shortly. I never lied to you. Doctor. You have my word. Thank you.
Reevaluating your convictions? How many times do you tell me there's no such thing as coincidence? Chuckle. I know it's been a difficult day for both of us.
It's my idea, to say. Never believed him.
I really like the way this sponge feels under the eyes. Really, really soft. Just the right amount of density to get that product blended in. Yeah, my first impressions of the JUNO Company sponge. So it's quite nice. All right, I'm gonna wait about a minute, come back in and add an additional layer of foundation. All right, that first layer of foundation has dried, and I'm gonna go in with 1 more pump of the Too Faced and a full pump of the CYO Life Proof. And again, I selected these two today because the Too Faced is super warm, the CYO is much cooler, almost grayish, and grabbing my $1 billion brushes, giving it a nice little mix on the back of my hand. And let's see, where do I want to? So I'm going to go ahead and put some on my forehead, on my chin. And I am going to drag it down my neck. My uniform is a collared shirt, so I don't really have to worry too much about blending down too far. Some on the side of my nose. I don't like to put foundation on the bridge of my nose, but I do put it on the side. And whatever's left on my brush, go ahead and pat it.
Reevaluate your convictions. How many times you tell me there's no such thing as coincidence? Chapter 1. I know it's been a difficult day for both of us.
I really like the way this sponge feels under the eyes. Really, really soft. Just the right amount of density to get that product blended in. Yeah, my first impressions of the JUNO Co sponge is that it's quite nice. All right, I'm gonna wait about a minute, come back in and add an additional layer of foundation to mine. Today I stopped into Carey Beauty Supply, and it's one of my favorite beauty supply stores in Alexandria, Virginia. They carry brushes and products that I don't even see in CVS and Rite Aid. So I picked up this RK by Kiss Pure Mineral Corrector High Definition Smart Blend. That's a lot of words. So this is in the shade Peach. It's intended to go underneath your concealer or your foundation as a color corrector, and you can apply it to anywhere where you have, pronounced darkness. I'm pleased with my skin right now, knock on wood. Would I like a little bit of sun in my life? Yes. But so this is going to be something new for me. I am going to add 1 dot under each eye and maybe 1 on each side of my lips. And we're gonna see, I'm gonna concentrate that in the inner corner, and where my mustache is, maybe 2 drops on each side. And maybe a drop or 2 on the eyelids. And I am going to use a brush. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and start with this paintbrush and see how that works on the lids. And really gently press that. And it is going to leave a pink orangey cast, but don't you fret, because that's what the concealer is for. And again, I imagine a little goes away, and if you're worried about it staining your sponges, perhaps you could use a, because I do predict that it's going to stain because this is after I showered. I would use just, a separate sponge or one of those, throwaway sponges, the wedges. All right, this is definitely orange. I'm gonna go ahead and use my finger. Hopefully the warmth from my finger will help blend this into my skin. Yeah, that seems to help. And just really take your time pressing it. And again, we're focusing on applying product in thin layers so that we don't get a buildup. And if you work somewhere where, you're moving, you're grooving, you're sweating, the more product you have on the face, the more it's gonna melt off. And we all know what we look like at 2 o'clock in the morning when they do last call and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, Jesus Christ, is this what I look like? I'm gonna grab a skin-toned concealer. Lately, I've been trying to enjoy the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer in the shade Sugar Biscuit. I'm gonna go ahead and squeeze a little baby drop on the back of my hand. And I'm actually gonna go in with my finger And this is one that spreads out pretty readily, so, you know, just a wee bit. And I'm gonna start sort of at the, right here, and work my way up. Really gentle patting motions. Really concentrating it where you have the majority of your darkness. Oh yeah, that did a really good job of covering up the peachy corrector. Oh hell yeah. And when we're done here, I'll take you outside so you can see what everything looks like in natural light. Oh hell to the yeah. I like that. If you have a lot of wrinkly skin on your lids, just take your finger and really gently pull up and just, you know, don't be afraid to gently blend that product in so that it can reach the areas that are otherwise obscured by the, you know, the folds of skin. Our base and our concealer is on. I think we're looking really, really good here. You know, if we kept it simple, we would just, you know, throw on some setting powder, some mascara, a lip gloss, and we could be out the door. I'm gonna try to take it up just a notch more because I have been away from work for a minute, and, you know, I want to go back looking a little, not snatched, but, you know, snapped. You know what I mean? Not like a snack, but snap. All right. So today we are gonna set under the eye with our Maybelline Fit Me powder in Fair Light. I don't typically like to highlight my face with a concealer because I find once I apply a liquid concealer, you know, on top of my skin tone concealer, it's just too heavy under my eyes. So I like to use brightening powders under the eye, but not too bright, you know? I don't know why, I prefer my skin to be kind of a uniform color, and if I want to add brightness, I do it with my blush. So I just dump some of the powder into the cap. I'm going to use my Real Techniques setting brush and get that excess off. And again, when I place that brush down, I'm going to place it further down and then work my way up, all right? So we're going to look, actually first we're going to make sure we've pressed out any product that might be lingering in our folds, and then we're going to go right in with a really gentle patting motion, and make sure that you get in that corner where a lot of our darkness is concentrated. And we're going to look up at the ceiling, and if it doesn't weird you out, you could even gently pull under your eye. This is a technique that Wayne Goss swears by, and he even likes to take, you know, sort of a, maybe not a brush this big, but perhaps a brush like this to really get the excess product. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Real Techniques Ultimate Powder brush. I'm gonna wipe off my bake. I don't want to move around the product too much, you know, go into the light hand. You can either, you know, press the product into your skin, or you can gently dust it away. All right, and the idea of why do we bake? We bake to add brightness. We bake to extend the longevity of our foundation. Is it a necessary step? No. Is it a step that perhaps you could practice with? Sure, why not, you know? You're never gonna know if a technique works for you unless you try. Unless you fucking try. All right, so I was so excited to see that Kiri is carrying the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation powder. I picked this up about a year ago, and it was probably the first powder product that I ever hit pan on. I was so smitten with it. I took it everywhere. I used it to set. So it is a foundation powder, which means it can be used in lieu of a liquid foundation, but I actually use it in addition to. I use it very lightly to set. You could pick up a foundation powder in a translucent or a lighter shade to sort of brighten those areas, or you can get it in, you know, your skin tone shade just to further reinforce your foundation. It does come with a really cool mirror and a sponge, which I do quite like. It's really convenient on the go. You know, you pop into the bathroom and you can just go ahead and pick up some of that excess oil. I picked mine up in soft beige. They do have quite a few colors. I am going to pick up my JUNO sponge. I'm gonna go ahead and press it into the pan. It is pigmented, all right? So normally I press and then I stamp on the closest surface of skin, and a lot of product is coming off. And I'm gonna go ahead and start at my chin and lightly, I'm just gonna make my, I am not gonna bring it up under my eyes though, because I don't wanna end up looking like a crepey mess. I am gonna bring it under my chin, down my neck. And if you share my undertone or my skin color, I think soft beige or even natural, they both work well for me. We are going to go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This is in the shade Caramel Toffee. There are 2 different shades. Very, very pigmented, very, very powdery. This is a banana yellow for, really good for setting the under eye, and this is really good for contouring or bronzing depending on your skin tone. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my SL Miss Glam brush. I'm gonna dip into the bronzy, shake it off, and let's see. I don't really know what I'm gonna do, but just a little bit of both. You can pick this thing up at CVS, at Kmart, at Target for under $6. It's a great, great, great duo powder. It does not travel well. I've broken quite a few. It doesn't travel well, in your suitcase. And you want to go in super light pressure, or else you're gonna get patchy. Alright, I'm gonna bring it up around my forehead. So if your face is shaped like mine, I like to apply, it's like I know they say that you have to apply it into your hairline, which is all fine and dandy, but I like to keep this area kind of clean and skin toned, and I like to bronze almost in a heart foundation. See how I have like a natural heart right here? I like to really lightly go in and bronze in a heart shape. I think that looks really pretty. And I like to leave this area between my brows skin toned. And I'm gonna go in with a larger, fluffier brush to make sure everything is nice and blended. Doesn't that look pretty? I'm going to take some more of that bronzing powder. I'm not going to contour under here, but I am going to do some slight contouring on my chin, a little bit under my lip, and a little bit right here. Really light hand. Just light down a little bit. Right, now I'm going to grab that same ultimate powder brush. I'm going to dip back into the bronzing powder, and very lightly. Really lightly under the chin. And I'm going to show you all how I have been contouring my broken nose. I broke my nose when I was 16. I took a field hockey ball to the face, never got it fixed. It took me many, many years to learn to love my nose, and I really do love it. The only thing I don't love is that I can't just, I can't just have a picture taken and know that it's my angle. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be very, very mindful of the way that I'm angling my face. Otherwise, my nose looks like it's 16 inches long. All right, I'm going to show you how I've been contouring my nose. I don't always do it, but this has been working for me. Can I get a contouring powder? Someone, anyone. Is this like real life? Okay, so I love using the Catrice Prime and Fine for contouring my nose. This is in the shade Ashy Radiance. It does have a highlighting powder that I don't tend to use. All right, so your first step is you're gonna grab a mirror. The second step is you're really gonna take a gander at your nose, and you're going to stop thinking about the Instagram models, quote unquote, that you see. You're gonna stop thinking about the nose that you wish you had. You're gonna focus on the nose that you do have and just work on enhancing and bringing out the natural contours. So if you take a look, so like just naturally, all right, you see that you've got, let me turn the light down a little more. Okay, so you see how the light just naturally bounces off right here, okay? I've got a slight indentation here. I've got, pretty pronounced curvature on the sides. This is where my nose is broken. There's a bump. All right, so if I were to try to draw the lines that everyone draws all the way down, it would start to skip right here and it would just look all wonky. So I find that I just avoid putting anything on there altogether. And I don't draw a line straight from here all the way down to here. That just looks ridiculous on me. So I'm gonna show you what I do, all right? So once you foundation, you've got a general, the general powder. I'm gonna take this Luxie brush, which I am obsessed over. It's the Luxie 131 mini angled. I'm gonna lightly, we're gonna go less is more. Repeat after me. We're gonna dip into our hand. My husband and my dog are both watching my dogs. Okay, so I'm going to start right here. I'm gonna stop talking and just do it. And I need to turn the lights up so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, ready? So I dipped into the contouring powder. I see y'all, I'm jealous. And I'm going to start on the side that's not broken. And I'm gonna go really as close in that I can. All right, I'm gonna stop right here. Okay? So I've gone from here to here. All right? Dipping back into the powder. Okay, you see where it's broken here? I'm gonna avoid that area. And I'm gonna, right here, just go right on top of that broken area. Okay? And then lightly, I'm gonna blend upwards, but I'm not going all the way up to my eyebrow, okay? So staring straight on, the line looks like it's going, that's not the way I want it to go. I want it to be closer this way. So I'm kind of blending towards the center. Blending towards the center. Okay, so concentrating the contour in the middle. All right, and then taking the brush and just a slight shadow, a little flick. Oh, look at my booger. Flick. I'm gonna do the same, just a slight flicking action. It's gonna supposedly give us a little boop. And then we're just gonna do a slight shadow on the side. All right. Okay, we're gonna pause there right now, and towards the end we'll do the highlighting.
All right, love bugs, we are nearing the end of this quasi tutorial. I grabbed two of my favorite CoverGirl Instant Cheekbone blushes. You can grab whatever blushes you have on hand. I like matte / satiny blushes, and I love these Instant Cheekbones because they do have some gradient. But I'm really careful about where I'm placing my brush. I think smaller angled blush brushes are better than ones that are larger and deposit too much color, because you don't want the color to come down too far on your face and make things look muddy. So I think one of the shades is like purely plum or positively plum, and the other one is sophisticated sable. And then it runs right into the outro.
All right, I am back, and this is my final look. And admittedly, I am really pleased with the outcome. I went in with a couple shades. I went in with a couple coats of blush. I have 2 shades of eyeshadow. What else did I do? I filled in my eyebrows. I put in a Wet n Wild liquid catsuit gloss. Took my powder brush and blended everything in, and voila, I still have time to spare. I'm gonna make sure to link all the products down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you attempt to recreate this shiny, peachy, plummy, gorgeous look, please make sure to tag me on Instagram. I'm at SirenBella_says. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go throw on my work clothes. I can't wait to do this again. And again, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you soon. Love you guys. I wanted to give you an accurate depiction of what my foundation and my base look like in the natural light. I think it looks absolutely stunning, and it's got to be a combination of the moisturizing base products, the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and the combination of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, coupled with the CYO long-lasting waterproof foundation. But yeah, I look at that CoverGirl highlight. Ooh, I'm feeling. All right, love bugs. I'm going in with my Bobbi Brown. Baby, really? Yeah, you couldn't walk out the door like this. You would look like you had some kind of conjunctivitis. Cersei Hermione Lovegood here. We want to welcome you back to Mommy's channel.